ahead and get started when you're ready. Oh, you are muted, Commissioner Adams.
Thank you. Greetings. Now is the time and place for meeting of the Beaverton Planning Commission. For the record, I will do a roll call to verify which commission members are participating this evening. Commissioner McAvoy.
Here.
Commissioner McCann.
Here.
Commissioner Mettler.
Here.
Commissioner Speck.
Here.
And Commissioner Holmes. Looks like Commissioner Holmes is absent. And Commissioner Winter. Looks like Commissioner Winter is also absent. Let the record show that Commissioners Holmes and Winters are excused and absent from the meeting tonight. We are now at Commission Communications. Commission, any communications? Looks like no communications. We are now at staff communications. Staff, any communications?
Good evening, Chair Adams. I'm Anna Slatinsky, the Planning Division Manager here in the Beaverton Community Development Department. I just have a couple of small announcements. One of them is that one of Beaverton's all-time favorite city events is happening on Saturday, July 19th, which is 10 Tiny Dances at the Round at 7 p.m. If folks haven't had the opportunity to see this event, it's extremely cool. It's a 4x4 foot stage, and groups of performers use that small area very creatively to show their dance chops. So again, that's Saturday, July 19th at 7 p.m. at the Round. A great event to put on your calendar. There are lots of other summer events planned, and they can all be found on the Beaverton website at beavertonoregon.gov. I also would just call the commissioner's attention to some planning on the calendar to prepare us to transition to in-person meetings. There will be an in-person training / rehearsal for in-person meetings on September 3rd. So you'll be receiving more details about that in the coming weeks. But we're really excited to be ironing out that transition back. And we haven't yet identified when our first date will be for a planning commission meeting that will be in person, but we will be choosing that shortly so that the public notices that are sent out will be able to accurately include that information. And that concludes my staff comments for this evening.
Excellent. Thanks, Anna. The first item on the agenda for new business is the application for LU 32025-00347 Allen Boulevard Redevelopment Phasing, case number DR 32025-00346. The applicant has the burden of proving that the applications are consistent with the Beaverton Development Code, Comprehensive Plan, and any applicable Beaverton Code provision. The criteria must be addressed in the hearing are 40.03.1 Facilities Review, 40.20.15.3.C Design Review 3, and 50.95 Modification of a Decision. Testimony, arguments, and evidence must be directed towards these approval criteria or other criteria in the comprehensive plan or development code that the speaker believes to apply to the application. Failure to raise an issue accompanied by statements or evidence sufficient to allow the Planning Commission and other interested parties an opportunity to respond to the issue may preclude an appeal of Land Use Board of Appeals based on that issue. Anyone who submits written comments or gives oral testimony has standing to appeal this decision. Failure of the applicant to raise constitutional or other issues relating to the proposed conditions of approval with sufficient specificity to allow the city to respond to the issue may preclude an application for damages in circuit court. State and local law require commissioners to make certain disclosures. To these ends, the following questions will be asked. Does any commissioner have a potential or actual conflict of interest, ex parte contacts, or site visits to declare? Commissioner Holmes is absent, so we will start with Commissioner McAvoy.
Nothing to declare.
Thank you. Commissioner McCann.
No to the first two. I have done a site visit, but did not interact with anyone.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Mettler.
No to all three.
And Commissioner Speck.
None to declare.
I as well have none to declare, and Commissioner Winter is also absent. Does any member of the audience wish to question a commissioner about ex parte contacts or site visits, or challenge the right of any commissioner to participate in this hearing? Let the record show no response. The order of the public hearing tonight will be as follows. City staff will give a presentation followed by commissioners' questions of staff. The applicant will be given 20 minutes for its presentation, followed by the commissioner's questions of the applicant. Then members of the public in support of the application can speak up to 5 minutes each. Then members of the public opposed to the application can speak up to 5 minutes each. Members of the public who are neither opposed or in support will then have 5 minutes to speak. After public testimony, the applicant will have 5 minutes for rebuttal. The Planning Commission will then hear any final comments from staff. We will now begin with the staff presentation.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Lena Smith. I'm an Associate Planner in the Community Development Department. I'll go ahead and share my screen. Tonight, I'll be presenting on the Allen Boulevard Redevelopment Phasing Project. The project is located on a 17.5-acre site on the south side of Allen Boulevard, east of Highway 217. The project has had multiple land use approvals. This includes a Design Review 3 approval in 2022 for the construction of a hotel, 2 commercial buildings, and associated site improvements, including a flood storage basin. The southwest portion of the site is occupied by the Floor & Decor development, which received a separate Design Review 3 approval in 2023. This slide shows a detailed site plan of what was approved in 2022. Here we see the hotel, the 2 commercial buildings, a multi-use pathway that runs along the eastern property line, and the flood storage basin. It's cut off here, but it's to the south. As of today, construction has been completed on everything except this western portion of the site that is hatched on this site plan. The original approval and conditions approved the site as one single development, but the applicant is now requesting to break up the site into 2 separate phases. Phase 1 would be the eastern portion of the site, which includes the hotel, and phase 2 would be the western portion of the site with the 2 commercial buildings. The applicant requests this modification because they state they are currently unable to secure tenants and start construction on the western portion of the site due to economic reasons, and plan to construct phase 2 in the future. Under the Beaverton Development Code, because the applicant is requesting to modify Planning Commission's original conditions of approval, the applicant is required to come back to Planning Commission to process this request. Staff notes the applicant is not proposing to change the original design that was approved in 2022. So when are conditions of approval added to an application? The Development Code specifies that conditions can be added to a decision when an application cannot stand on its own to meet the approval criteria. Staff notes the city recently streamlined its process for adding conditions of approval to decisions, which means in the future we may see fewer applicants having to come back to Planning Commission to modify previous conditions of approval. Here is an example of how the conditions will be modified for the project we're discussing tonight. The old condition required the applicant to install all landscaping on the entire site before they can receive a final certificate of occupancy for any of the buildings. The revised condition specifies that only the phase 1 landscaping for the hotel needs to be installed to receive a final certificate of occupancy for the hotel building, and the landscaping for the 2 other commercial buildings will need to be installed in the future. Therefore, staff recommends replacing conditions number 54 to 67 from the original approval with revised conditions that reflect the 2 separate phases, and all other conditions will remain in effect. Accordingly, staff recommends approval of the Allen Boulevard redevelopment phasing project. This concludes the presentation, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions of staff with regard to the proposed application? Commissioner McAvoy?
Sure. I just want to make sure I sort of understand. Right now, I think it's the hotel is operating with a temporary certificate of occupancy, and part of the need, or maybe the primary need here is for this modification is to allow them to secure a permanent certificate of occupancy without having to complete all the phase 2 work. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, they have a temporary certificate of occupancy, and this would be to get the final certificate of occupancy.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Commissioner Mettler, any questions? Okay.
No
Commissioner
questions.
McCann, I saw you shaking your head. Any questions? No? Okay. And Commissioner Speck, any questions?
And none from me.
Okay. I have none as well. And the applicant will now have 20 minutes to present.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Jen Rinkus. I'm with Basinger Partners Architecture.
If you could also, excuse me, sorry about that. If you could also state your name and your addresses for the record, that would be great.
Oh, yeah. Jennifer Rinkus with Basinger Partners Architecture. Address is 44 Hickory Hill Drive in Thomaston, Connecticut, 06787.
Perfect. Thank you.
Sure. Let me just share my screen here. Brief presentation Lena kind of covered it very thoroughly, actually. Like she mentioned, we originally came in with a full proposal for the site, and due to multiple factors, COVID hitting and economic changes and trying to secure tenants for the pad buildings, we're not able to construct all 3 buildings at the same time. And as you all probably know, the hotel is operating. And so we're trying to get them their final C of O while we secure, tenants to be able to construct the western portion of the site. Like Lena mentioned, this was the original approval that we came in with for the full site. And the majority of it has actually been built out other than that northwest corner. Little color-coded guide here. Everything in the cyan is stuff that we have constructed associated with the hotel. So we did put in the flood basin and the pedestrian pathway along the eastern property line that connects to Fano Creek Trail.
Ms. Rinkus, did you want to share your screen?
Oh, is it not? I'm sorry. I thought we tested this even, and for some reason, I apologize. Is it showing now?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Let me try this again. There we go. Take the colors off. So sorry, to back up a stage, this is the original site plan that Lena had shown that we were approved with, and the majority of it has been constructed at this point, other than that northwestern portion of the site. The color coded here, the cyan is everything that was built at the same time as the hotel. So we put in the flood basin and the pedestrian pathway along the eastern property line that connects to the Fano Creek Trail. And also the northern portion of that serves as the emergency fire access to the site. We put in the main drive aisle as well as frontage improvements along the entirety of the property, which includes in front of the future phase, what we're asking to be the future phase. And the darker blue down here, as Lena mentioned, was done separately under separate land use and separate building permits by Floor and Decor, and they are also open and under operation. Just a enlarged plan, again, kind of illustrating what she showed hatched before in red would be what we're requesting now to be the future phase, or phase 2 as we're calling it. And then just some, in case people aren't familiar with the site, if you haven't done a site visit, this is what the site currently looks like. The hotel in the foreground, Floor and Decor in that back right corner, and the flood basin on the left-hand side. You can see on the right-hand side, this is the area that would be what we're asking to be phase 2 in future construction. And you can see that better here, where we've got it prepped and ready to go once we get tenants in line and we can get in there and start building. But for now, we'd like to get final occupancy for the hotel so they don't have to keep coming back for C of Os. It's a picture of the beautiful hotel that's now under operation. So anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Yeah, thank you. Any questions of the applicant with regard to the proposed application? Commissioner McAvoy?
None.
Okay. Commissioner McCann?
None.
Thank you. Commissioner Mettler?
None for me.
Okay. And Commissioner Speck?
I don't have any either.
Okay, great. I have just one question, and it's
Sure.
maybe one that can't be answered at this time, but I'm wondering, you talk about the future for the phase 2. Do we have any kind of idea what that looks like? Are we talking a year out, a couple of years, 6 months? Any kind of idea?
I don't. Our client, the landowner, is actively looking for tenants. You know, the marketing. It's just trying to find, you know, someone that's willing to commit at this point. A lot of economic upheaval going on, and so don't have a definitive date. No, but
Okay.
they would love to get it under construction and get it occupied.
Okay, great. Thank you. We are now at the public testimony portion of this agenda item. We will call for testimony in groups, starting with those in favor of the application, then those in opposition to the application, then those neither in favor nor in opposition. As a reminder, testimony is limited to the criteria that apply to the application. Now is the time for testimony in favor of the application. Via Zoom webinar. For those viewing via Zoom webinar, please communicate by using the raise hand feature in your Zoom menu bar. If calling in, press *9 to alert the chair that you would like to speak. And it looks like we have none. Now is the time. Staff has reported that we do not have any testimony in favor via the web. Now is the time for public testimony in opposition to the application. For those viewing via Zoom webinar, please communicate by using the raise hand feature in your Zoom menu bar. If calling in, press *9 to alert the chair that you would like to speak. And it looks like we have none at this time. Now is the time for those who are neither in favor nor opposed to speak. For those viewing via Zoom webinar, please communicate by using the raise hand feature in your Zoom menu bar. If calling in, press *9 to alert the chair that you would like to speak. Staff has stated that we do not have any public testimony, neither in favor nor opposed via the web. So there will be no rebuttal of that, no rebuttal. And do commissioners have any questions of the applicant? Looks like none. Do staff have any comments?
No final comments. Thank you.
Thank you. With final comments completed, I will close the public hearing. Now is the time for deliberation. And as is standard procedure, I will randomly call on commissioners for discussion on the application. Commissioner McCann, are you? Yes, McCann, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, sure. I think that the application seems very straightforward. It's unfortunate they couldn't develop the whole site, but it's understandable, and I do not have any concerns with the application or the materials.
Okay, great, thank you. And Commissioner Mettler.
No concerns with the application.
Okay, thank you. And Commissioner McAvoy.
Likewise, no concerns, pretty straightforward.
Great. And Commissioner Speck.
It all seems in order to me as well.
Great. I feel the same way. It all looks in order. No further questions. And is there a motion to continue or approval or to deny? Commissioners?
So based on the record and findings and conclusions in the staff report, I move to approve the application LU 32025-00347, Allen Boulevard redevelopment phasing, case file number DR 32025-00346, subject to the conditions as presented in the staff report.
Great. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Commissioner McCann. Is there any discussion? Looks like no discussion. A vote will be taken by roll call. When your name is called, please say yay or nay. Commissioner McAvoy.
Yay.
Great. Commissioner McCann.
Yeah.
Commissioner Mettler.
Yay.
Commissioner Speck.
Yay.
I am a yay as well. The motion passes unanimously. The Planning Commission's decision will be memorialized in land use orders that will be provided to all parties that provided oral and written testimony. If you would like to appeal this decision, you must appeal in accordance with the applicable provisions in the Beaverton's Development Code and the rules of the Land Use Board of Appeals. We are now adjourned at 6:52 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.
Yeah, have a
Thank
great
you,
night.
everyone.
Evening.